Thank you for tuning in to WAA Sports. In this episode, I'm going to break down why LeBron James knows that it won't work if he was to team up with his friends, his pals, his best buds in arms, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, and Dwayne Wade. So, the news is out that Chris Paul, after losing the NBA Finals, is likely to be pursued by the Lakers. The Lakers are in desperate need of a point guard to fill that roster spot, which is a big gaping hole for the team. But I'm here to break down why, even though Chris Paul is available, even though Carmelo Anthony is available, and a retired Dwayne Wade could possibly come out of retirement, why LeBron knows that teaming up with the quote-unquote banana boat team isn't going to work. Let's start with Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade is 39 years of age. He'll be 40 in January at the time of making this video. Back in 2018, Dwayne Wade played 72 games for the Miami Heat. He averaged about 26 minutes with 15 points, shot about 43%, pulling down 4 rebounds and a little over 4 assists. But let's go back the year before that, when he actually did play with LeBron in Cleveland. That was back in 2017. In 2017, he played 46 games for the Cleveland Cavaliers and only averaged about 11 points in 23 minutes, shooting about 45% and pulling in roughly under 4 rebounds and a little over 3.5 assists. As you can see there, and I really wanted to highlight there, Dwayne Wade was already on the decline. Again, if we fast forward, he's 39 years old and he's been retired now since 2018. I mean, do you really want to see a 40-year-old Dwayne Wade coming back into the league to help pair up with LeBron to sort of create this Miami 2.0? It's not going to happen. I mean, let's be realistic. The points are not there. When they played together, Dwayne Wade only averaged 11 points. That's not going to do it for a vaulted team. I'm sorry. For a team with championship aspirations, to bring in a guy like that, that's the numbers for a role player. And I don't think Dwayne wants to come out of retirement just to be a role player. I mean, let's face it. Dwayne Wade is focused on his son, which he should be. His son Zaire is already 19 years old and will be set to debut in the league at any time. So, I don't think Dwayne Wade's coming out of retirement. If the talk about that is going around, we can easily debunk that. The numbers say it. If you're watching and analyzing, you can see. I mean, it isn't much to watch because, he hasn't played in over 3 years. Let's go to Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is 37 years old. He'll be 38 come May next year at the time of making this video. So, of course, we've seen Portland kind of revive Carmelo's career, where in 2019, Melo played 58 games for the Portland Trail Blazers, averaging 15.4 points, playing about 33 minutes a game off of 43% shooting. He pulled down about 6 rebounds and averaged 1.5 assists. Not bad numbers, But let's go to this year, 2020. Melo played 69 games for them, played nearly 9 minutes less. He played 24.5 minutes this season, and he only averaged 13.4 points a game off of 42% shooting. So his percentage went down by a point, and his points went down by 2 points. His rebounds even went down, probably due to playing less minutes. He went from 6 rebounds to 3 rebounds this season and averaged the same 1.5 assists. It's more than likely that the Portland Trail Blazers may not be bringing a 38-year-old Melo back to their team. So, is a 38-year-old Melo a good fit for LeBron James? I think not. But let's continue even further. Let's really look at his numbers when he played with the OKC Thunder back in 2017. Now, again, these were his numbers in 2019 and 20 with the Portland Trail Blazers, We can't really count 2018 because Melo played only 10 games for the Houston Rockets with that mix up with Mike D'Antoni. But let's go to his numbers in 2017 with the OKC Thunder. With the OKC Thunder, Melo played 70 games, about 70 games. He was averaging 32 minutes with 16 points, shooting at 40%. And again, 5.9 rebounds. And again, a little over 1 assist a game. If you really follow his numbers are trending downward, as older players does. Same thing happened with D Wade. The same thing happened with Melo. And don't get me wrong, I still think Melo can be a serviceable player in this league. Definitely, as Portland used him, he would be serviceable off the bench. But as much as the Lakers do need bench help, and I wouldn't hate them bringing Carmelo in, Carmelo wouldn't be any reason why that the Lakers go ahead and win a championship. Signing Carmelo does not bring you to a championship. We didn't see that with a pretty good Portland team. And then we have Chris Paul, CP3, fresh off of his first and only finals appearance. Of course, I went over his numbers before, but let's go over it again. This year in 2020, he averaged 16.4 points a game, playing 31 minutes. He played 70 games. He shot right under 50% for the field, pulling down 4.5 rebounds and averaging 8.9 assists, which is really good. And then in 2019, he played 70 games for the OKC Thunder, 31 minutes as well, 17.6 points, over 49% from the field, and 6.7 assists, where he was more of the focal point of the offense. Now, clearly, CP3 can still play in this league. CP3 can actually still start in this league, right? But again, he's 36 years old. He'll be 37 come next year. Does LeBron want to team up with a 37-year-old point guard? No, I think not. Why is that? Because if you follow LeBron James in his career, he's a very cerebral off-season player. So to me, LeBron is one of the most cerebral players in how he chooses destinations, how he chooses teammates to play with, how he leans on front offices, how he leans on them to choose his coaches. When LeBron James decided to take his talents to Miami, LeBron was 26 years old. He was hitting his prime. He was 26 years old, hitting his prime, and he joined a Dwayne Wade, right, and a Chris Bosh, who were both 27 years old. They made it to the finals that first season, right? That was in 2010, and then they lost, obviously, and then he won his first title at 27 years old, while his compadres, Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, were 28 years old. These were guys in their primes. LeBron James was in his prime, and he joined guys who were in their primes, not 30-something-year-old players. Now, when LeBron James left and went back to Cleveland, right, he went to go join a young Kyrie Irving. At the time, I believe Kyrie was about 23 years old. Kyrie was showing flat. He entered the league at 19, right? Kyrie entered at 18, 19, I believe, And LeBron James saw his talent and wanted to exploit it, as LeBron does. LeBron is a very cerebral player on and off the court. So he joined a 23-year-old Kyrie Irving, full of talent, full of capability. And then they decided to trade, right, a 21-year-old. Was he 21? I can't remember. But they decided to trade an Andrew Wiggins for who? Kevin Love. How old was Kevin Love? Kevin Love was 26 years old at the time he was brought to the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, we know what happened. They ended up winning a title, you know. the second season that these guys were together, beating the Golden State Warriors. Now, LeBron James joins the Lakers, right? LeBron James joins the Lakers, and he goes there. His first season doesn't win, right? What do we start hearing? Hey, bring me a guy in his prime. Who was that? Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, at the time that he joined the Lakers, was 27 years old. Are you seeing the trend here? LeBron likes to get guys who are in their prime. They brought him in at 27. By 28, they win the title. The Lakers just won the title back in 2020 in the bubble / lockout shutdown season. So fast forward to the future, LeBron James, the cerebral assassin that he is on and off the court, knows that getting a 36 turning 37-year-old Chris Paul and Carmelo Anthony, and or adding a retired 39 turned 40 years old Dwayne Wade to the Los Angeles Lakers is nowhere close to ensuring him in getting a title. LeBron does not want these old guys. This is why I also think that a guy who's a little up there like Kemba Walker, though could be a good fit, Mike Conley, though could be a good fit, even a Kyle Lowry, who could be a good fit, are not the guys that LeBron wants. LeBron wants guys in their prime. This is why we're hearing the rumors of him wanting a Damian Lillard. A Damian Lillard who is vastly in his prime, and maybe not in the next year, but in the following year, LeBron would want to win a title with a guy in his prime. So the banana boat team is looking more like a banana split. It's not going to work because the guy who stirs the pot, which is LeBron Raymond James, does not want to play with these guys. I am sorry, especially not now. They're way too old. They're way too injury prone. And LeBron, who is one title behind Kobe Bean Bryant, can't get it done with a banana boat crew of Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, and Dwayne Wade. And I think he knows it. Thanks for tuning in to WAA Sports. Catch you guys on the next one.